With the desire of one parent to give other students the same support that his daughter has received, the Anoka-Hennepin School District recently became the first Seizure Smart District in the state. Paul Maynier is the former mayor of Ham Lake, and his 16-year-old daughter Hannah has epilepsy. The Mayniers have felt supported by the schools Hannah has attended in the district, but they wanted to do something so that all families living with epilepsy could get that same support.
We knew that there was kids out there in different schools that had epilepsy, but the staff didn't know about it. There's a stigma involved with seizures and epilepsy, and so often the parents won't tell the staff because they don't want anybody to know.
The Epilepsy Foundation of Minnesota started the Seizure Smart Schools program in 2006, and more than 200 schools have received the designation. But this is the first example of an entire district jumping on board. After an initial meeting with the district leadership, the work began to educate everyone in the district about seizures.
We work to educate the school nurses, teachers and school personnel, parents of children with seizures, and then classroom and students. And so we've got several different programs that help get into the schools and educate them.
The Seizure Smart training gives all staff in the buildings the tools to recognize and respond when a student is having a seizure.
Basis of it really is to help people recognize a seizure and then properly respond to a seizure. We're confident and have seen that when people are educated and know how to recognize and respond to a seizure, they're more comfortable in the situation, and ultimately our kids feel supported and safe.
Between 1% and 3% of the population suffers from epilepsy, and last year, more than 700 seizures occurred in Anoka-Hennepin schools. Cindy Hiltz, the district's health services coordinator, is committed to working to help all students with health ailments be able to learn.
You know, as a public health nurse, which is what school nurses are to begin with, that's kind of what my goal is to advocate for students that have medical concerns that need help at school so that they're ready to learn. So this was a little piece of that puzzle. And I think it brings the kids with that disease process at least a little bit closer to having their needs understood and having the support there so that they can academically achieve what they need to at school.
Paul and his family have seen firsthand how Hannah has been taken care of at school. And after all that she has been through, she still looks forward to going to school, even though it can be difficult.
School for Hannah has been tough. She started out very young in accelerated classes. She was very bright. The thousands of seizures Hannah's had has played a toll on her ability to recall information, and some days it's more difficult than others. But the staff in the school have always been really good to work with. They've always been receptive and willing to understand Hannah's situation. And somebody with epilepsy, it isn't like they're sick one day and they're healthy the next day. It's a ever-changing situation. So the communication with the staff has been really important. And we make an effort to build a relationship with every teacher that Hannah's had.
And the Seizure Smart Schools program can give parents more reassurance when they send their child to school.
You never know when a seizure is going to happen. You can't plan for it, you can't predict it, and so the best you can do is be prepared. We're really hopeful and have heard from parents how more confident they feel now that their school has been designated as Seizure Smart, that there's that extra layer of kind of comfort or safety that the school is going to know how to respond and that the school will be supportive of their child.
Getting the largest district in the state to take this step was a major accomplishment, but there still is a lot of work to be done.
Anoka-Hennepin, getting them to be on board as a Seizure Smart district is a big step, but it's only the beginning. We need to change that throughout the country. So we've had a wonderful gain, but truly it isn't the end. It is just the start of things. And so we need to get more districts and more schools on board so people down the road have a brighter future.
There's over 2,000 schools, K through 12, so it's a big job, and that's just public schools. And we hope to also get to charter schools and parochial schools and private schools as well. So, and we also serve parts of North Dakota, so we don't want to leave our friends in North Dakota behind. So we're busy now working on some initiatives utilizing technology and some other resources that we can get to all the schools without having to have staff in every single school.
Paul says that epilepsy has changed their lives, mostly in negative ways, but he is able to pull one positive out of this fight.
The majority of things have been really difficult. The one positive thing that epilepsy has taught us is resiliency. And I can say without doubt that Hannah has taught me more about life than I will ever be able to teach her. She is a tough kid and has endured more than anybody should ever have to. And I am forever grateful for what she has taught me in life, because I never would have experienced what it really means to have challenges if we wouldn't have experienced what Hannah's going through. So she's a wonderful kid, and it's been tough.
Over the last several years, Paul and his family have poured themselves into the work of the Epilepsy Foundation. They have raised thousands of dollars, and Paul has volunteered to help in any way he can. All so that maybe the next generation of kids doesn't have to go through what Hannah has endured.
Hopefully, kids down the road like Hannah have it better than she had it. We like to think we're trying to pay it forward. 10, 15 years from now, maybe kids in Hannah's situation will live a very different existence. And if we can help with that, that makes us feel good.
For North Metro TV News, Ben Hayle reporting.